a podcast called The Kingcast, where we have, it's a Stephen King themed show where we have artists, actors, filmmakers, storytellers of all kinds come on and talk about their favorite King story. And it is one of my all-time favorites. I'm sure I'm not alone in this room. It occurred to me that I think there are probably a lot of people who had their introduction to Stephen King, or it specifically, when they were like the age of the Losers Club, right? Were you anybody else like that?
Yep.
Welcome to this support group. As a grown-up, I feel very privileged. I've gotten to meet our guests tonight back when they made the first It, Chapter 1, and It, Chapter 2. Got to visit those sets and write about those movies and explore a story that I really love. And I'm thrilled to be here with you at Comic-Con, returning to that cursed town with It, Welcome to Derry. It debuts on HBO and will be streaming on HBO Max in October. And we have a special treat. This will not be shown anywhere beyond this room, so please don't record it. This is special for you only.
Great.
I'm just gonna give you all a minute, just a second. Get yourself together. You know, I think there's something weird about that. I want to bring out our guests tonight. They're the brother and sister team behind Pennywise, the modern iteration of Pennywise. Please welcome producer Barbara Muschietti and director and producer Andy Muschietti. Good evening.
Thank you guys. This is
Thank you guys.
the first time we show it to an audience, so it felt really great. We were hiding behind it.
We were there and we were watching your reactions, and you guys were laughing. What were you laughing at? Weird bunch.
We watched it with my son, who this is his first introduction to Stephen King. He's out there somewhere. I wasn't sure he should watch it, but he's the age I was when I.
It's okay. I've seen worse things at that age.
And he was laughing too, and he kept telling us how not scared he was. And I'm like, really? You really keep saying that? So I don't know if it's true.
It's a good sign. It's a good sign.
I'm scared. So how does it feel feeling that reaction?
Well, it's amazing. You know, apart from the laughs, I still don't understand. But you know, it's very special because all of you are here for a reason, and it's because you didn't just like land here. You're like somehow the movies or the book or the world of it somehow means something for you, and it's very special to have this reaction from you. At least from the 10 minutes that we showed. But the series is all like this, one after the other. So there will be a lot of laughter.
What was that, 10, 12 minutes of footage? You feel a lot for that kid, and you just met him. And I think that's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah. And the pacifier, there's 10 minutes for this kid who we don't know what happened to him, but you learn a lot from him.
Don't spoil it.
Bernie told me.
Well, the pacifier going into the sewer tunnel reminded me a little of the paper boat. I assume that was intentional.
Now that you mention it.
When did you begin thinking of Welcome to Derry as a TV series? Now, obviously, there's some unexplored territory in the novel. You covered a lot of it in your 2 movies, but there are the interludes that the Mike Hanlon character, the loser's historian who stays behind in Derry. He does his research and chronicles this cycle of every 27 years. There's a series of disappearances and deaths culminate in a terrible tragedy. When did you begin thinking of turning those into something else. And was it always a TV series that you had in mind, or did you ever think of a movie?
No, I think, like apart from all the joy that the two movies brought to us, also there was a frustration for not being able to tell a larger story. So always the idea of somehow like going back and digging into the book was there. I think the first coming out of the movie also with Bill Skarsgård, we had conversations where we came out like exhausted, like excited about the whole experience, and we always like fantasized about like doing an origin story. How did it become Pennywise, which is one of the big mysteries in the book. And they mentioned this character called Bob Gray. So the conversations were about that and how do we make, how do we tell the story? And for a second was a movie, and then we both went our ways, and then later on we started. I took the idea back and started thinking of a series because we wanted to, we love series. We love series. More watching it than making them, probably, because of the opportunities that it gives you. More a larger canvas to tell the story of your characters with more nuances and more complicated arcs and stuff. And that's how I think.
Yeah, and then we talked to Stephen King, who is the greatest, and he was very supportive, and he had the idea of actually going backwards in time, so basically hitting Pennywise's cycles backwards, and that's why our first season of TV is in '62.
Another mystery. Yeah, you can clap.
In the stories, Mike Hanlon, again the loser's historian, his family has a connection to the Black Spot, which is a juke joint that the black residents of Derry frequented, and again, some of that's already mentioned in your movie, but tell us about the connections to the characters who maybe aren't even born yet, and you've expanded because this whole family is new, this wonderful, beautiful family, and the little boy with the pacifier. But you're expanding you've gone from having to put this massive book on screen to now expanding the interludes. So tell us who the characters, or as much as you can share at this point.
That's another thing that I think you will find exciting about the show is all the connections with the characters that you've seen in the movie, and. Some will be obvious, some will not. Some will be revealed later on. But yeah, so you see, the Black Spot is involved, and the Black Spot, as you said, is a recreational space for black airmen of an air base that is there. And yeah, the Hanlon, we know that Leroy. If you remember the movie, Mike is talking to his granddad at the beginning of the movie. This is the story of that guy, of Leroy, among others. So of course it's a big ensemble of characters, but he's one of the main characters.
We wanted to make sure that we kept the bloodlines going too. I think that's important. So it's not just the Hanlons, there's other characters that we're going to discover are connected to the movies.
And the way they are connected is part of the drama and the comedy and the horror of the stories, how these all the characters connect to each other. There's another character that you might know from The Shining, which is Dick Halloran. That's not a surprise. It's in the book. He plays a very little role as a character in the book. He has a bigger role in this one. It's a bit of a spoiler, but I think you deserve it.
Played by the wonderful Chris Chalk.
Chris Chalk, wonderful. Now you have to say to tell all of the other actors.
They're all amazing, actually. We have the best cast.
He has a lot of scenes with your Leroy Hanlon. Do you want to talk about the actor playing him?
Giovanna Depo.
Another, he's got a long history now with King. He was in the Stand series as well.
He was in the Stand, now he's in Welcome to Derry, and who knows what's next. He's fantastic. And Taylor Page, who some of you might know, fantastic.
She's fantastic.
She plays Charlotte, who's married to Leroy. And now we have to say all of the rest.
Steven Ryder,
Steven Ryder,
James Remar.
James Remar, Madeline Stowe.
Yeah, she's.
Stowe, anyone?
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, a fantastic cast, and they were all like thrilled to be part of it, and I think we all had a lot of fun. But I'm sidetracked.
We have Skarsgård now for a long time. You're used to seeing him dressed as Pennywise. That's him. Bill.
Bill Skarsgård.
With your hair, man.
Australia.
Do you get used to it, or when he comes on set in the morning, is it still unsettling?
I got used to it. Barbie, not so much.
I can, and he's the nicest guy, and he comes to you and says, "Oh, where do we order some pizza?" And I'm like, "I can't look at you. I can't look at you."
He's really something. When he in person, you know, in movies, of course, but in person, he's like, because he's tall as me, but also with the huge that melon on top of him, he's just like terrifying.
No, and it's the ice. It's the ice that gets you. It's like the snake ice that.
And also, he does that thing with the walleye that he does himself. Yeah, that's not the effect, right?
I don't know if that's worth saving the money on visual effects.
But Bill is phenomenal, and he's like a brother to me. And
So we have an early peek at the new teaser. Is there anything you want to say?
hang in there and patience, because it's coming in October, and I hope you enjoy it more than the movies. I think there's a lot more than in the movies, and thank you for being here, and enjoy this thing.